Hello and welcome to Mornings with Sports Today. Well, contentious decisions in that game last night between India and England, which India won, by the way, by 8 runs to draw level 2-2 in the 5-match T20I series, but not before some drama unfolded in Ahmedabad. But before we go into the details of whether soft signal should stay, should go, whether it's time for the soft signal to just go from the game, here's a quick look at why you should download the Hauser app.
क्या आप भी किसी अपने सपने मेरे तुम्हारे टीम 11 पे टीम बना रहे हो और बच्चों के साथ खेल रहे हो? हमारे साथ खेलोगे? हाउसर पे खेलो लेजेंड्स के साथ, हमें हराओ और जीतो डबल कैश. Log on to houser.com and win real cash.
Well, do download the Hauser app and start challenging our experts on Sports Today. Make your own teams and challenge them, right? But then, what is this whole brouhaha over the soft signal? Two dismissals from that game last night. Surya Kumar Yadav, who was going great guns, smashed a rapid 57 in his maiden international innings. He was looking so good, wasn't he? And he was eventually named man of the match. India won the game by 8 runs, but he looked good for so many more before his controversial dismissal. Davin Malan took his catch off Sam Curran, the only over Sam Curran bowled, in fact, and the ball on TV replay suggested to have hit the ground. The on-field umpire obviously gave it a soft signal out. His soft signal was out. And the third umpire, the moment the on-field umpire gave a soft signal of out, the third umpire needed conclusive evidence. So he checked multiple frames, he froze frame, he closed in on the ball, and it looked like the ball had grasped, that Davin Malan hadn't quite got his fingers underneath the ball. But like I said, the moment there is a soft signal from the on-field umpire and the soft signal was out, the third umpire needed that many more frames to decide on conclusive evidence. But it did look like it for everybody watching, and that is where the controversy erupted, right? For everybody watching, everyone thought that the ball had indeed grasped and it wasn't a clean catch. And consequently, because the third umpire couldn't quite get to conclusive evidence, he declared that out as well. A couple of overs later, the same fate awaited Washington Sundar. Adil Rashid got one on the boundary ropes, and there were feelings that Adil Rashid might have had a foot on the boundary rope when the catch was taken. But the soft signal was out again, and the third umpire could not decide on conclusive evidence, whereas multiple frames suggested that Adil Rashid's foot might have been touching the boundary rope while he took the catch, in which instance it should have been 6. Well, India won by 8 runs. Immediately after Surya's dismissal, Shreyas Iyer came in and came out looking really dangerous, smashed a quick fire 30-odd, and ensured that India had enough on the board to eventually defend against a rampaging Ben Stokes, a solid Johnny Bairstow, and some late order blitz from Jofra Archer. But this whole instance has again given rise to this debate, has again sparked off a debate. Why have soft signals and the umpire's call when you are anyway relying on technology? Technology assists you also in calling no balls these days. If you're going to place the third umpire with all the technology at his disposal under pressure because of a soft signal being made on the field, what is the point? And the former India cricketers like VVS Lakshman, Dodda Ganesh, Sanjay Manjrekar have all weighed in, wondering why this needs to be there. VVS Lakshman, in fact, made it a point to say that there was no need for that when, with all the technology at his disposal, the third umpire could not overturn the soft signal made on the field. Whereas the ball, if you looked at the multiple frames, it did look like the ball, Davin Malan hadn't taken a clean catch. So is it now time for the soft signal to go? Is it now time for umpire's calls to go? Because we've seen lots of controversies around the umpire's call as well, as recently as the test series between India and England, where the umpire's call has turned out to be a bit of a grey area for cricketers and teams and captains and bowlers, right? Also, speaking of this soft signal, in the day-night test match when Ben Stokes caught Shubman Gill at slips. The soft signal was out, but TV replays made it clear that it wasn't a clean catch. And the third umpire looked at one or two frames and found conclusive evidence that that it wasn't a clean catch. But there were some murmurs within the England camp. The England camp wasn't happy. They wanted the third umpire to look at multiple frames to determine that he had conclusive evidence to rule Shubman Gill not out. In this instance, though, the third umpire looked at multiple frames, and for the rest of us, it might have been clear that it wasn't out, but he could not quite make up his mind because he had to come back with conclusive evidence. Several questions: should you have the soft signal? Should you continue with the soft signal in the game, especially outside the inner circle, right? How does an umpire is a way make a decision about a catch being clean or not? Does it work for catches inside the 30-yard circle? Well, the MCC World Cricket Committee had determined that it's okay to take those calls within the 30-yard circle, but anywhere near the boundary, it's humanly impossible to look at those catches. So, is it time for this element of the game to go soft signal? How much sense does it make? And Virat Kohli made a very valid point at the post-match presentation when he was speaking to the host broadcasters after that game. He said, "Why can't the umpires have a call like I don't know?" Because he made a reference to the fact that Ajinkya Rahane had taken a catch during the Test match and he wasn't sure, so they decided to go upstairs. If the players can go upstairs and say that we're not very convinced, why can't the umpire, in this case of a soft signal, say that also have the option of saying I don't know whether it was a clean catch or not? If the umpire is not sure of a run out, for instance, he's going to go upstairs, right? If the umpire is not sure of a stumping appeal, he's going to go upstairs. So how does the catch become integral to the umpire's decision of a soft signal? Well, this debate will continue. The debate on soft signals will continue. The debate on umpires' calls will continue. But what do you, the viewers, think? That's important. Surya Kumar Yadav's controversial decision has sparked off this debate, and I believe it is going to be a raging debate for the days to come because it has been contentious, and a lot of cricketers have had issues with that, especially soft signals from the on-field umpires when catches have been taken in the deep and near the boundary. And also, of course, the umpire's call. Again, a very, very contentious issue for cricketers, captains, and bowlers alike. So do let us know what your thoughts are. Should the soft signal go? Should the soft signal be restricted only to catches taken inside the 30-yard circle? It'll be interesting to know what your thoughts are. Please do comment on the comment section on this video and do let us know your thoughts. But thank you so much for watching. Have a good morning and do subscribe to Sports Today. Do download the House app and keep supporting this platform.